Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and we're talking about making the best of bad decisions in the 110. The 110 is a Tier 8 Chinese heavy characterized by good frontline speed, wonderful frontline protection, and a very workable gun. I've already made the horrible decision that I'm going to scout with the 110. I'm going into the valley and I'm going to come out on the other side. We did this a couple of maps ago, but we were in different tanks. I've made the bad decision. Now I have to figure out how to make it work. Rule 1, don't puss out. I've committed by this point to doing this strategy. I can't really pussyfoot back here as I'm just going to take a lot of damage by the tanks that are rolling across that ridge. When you're going full potato, you need to get to relative safety first, so I'm rushing across to the other ridge, and I'll only have to deal with these 2 tanks opposite me instead of the 5 tanks on the other side of the ridge. React to the situation as it happens. The T-44 got left alive by a low roll by me. However, I'm already determining where incoming fire is going to be coming from. There's an A-20 on my right, but there are other bigger tanks on my left, so I turn my front towards those larger, more damaging tanks before dealing with the A-20. I've survived to this point through luck, tank strength, and a little bit of skill. Probably mostly luck, but now I have to reevaluate the situation. There's a tank that is coming through the pass behind me. My initial plan of peeking up on the other side of the ridge to spot for my teammates is definitely not going to happen. But I definitely have to make myself as useful as I can even at this state of low hit points. So the 3002 DB sitting on the ridge before, it looks like he is gone, so I don't have to be afraid of a shot to the rear while I'm going to deal with this Panther trying to flank. I decide to head over east anyway because the engagement is typically peekaboo, and when the enemy fires at my teammates, I can sneak damage in relatively risk-free. Now, it's not that brave or courageous to say that I'm using my teammates as hit point sponges while I deal damage. However, the alternative is wading into combat against a fully loaded enemy with low hit points, and that's often just sacrificing my tank. Instead of playing peekaboo, I see a hull down opportunity here. The lower hull is hidden, and I'm able to advance on that M10 Panther and destroy him. The initial decision to scout the valley in this tank may not have been the best, simply because the tank can't get into that valley in time without taking damage. However, the decisions that I made after that point allowed me to exert a lot of influence on the game. I started by rushing to a relatively defensible position on the other side of the valley that cut off most of the enemy team from firing at me. I proceeded to point the strongest part of my tank at what I perceived as the largest threat to me in terms of incoming fire, and then I dealt with the threats as they came up. So even if you pull a stupid, don't give up, start making good decisions, and at the end of the game, maybe you'll come out of it with 4 kills and nobody will know how close you came to going full potato. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.